Well, this is what I got. I got this pond and creek system around these really nice houses. They give me a call to come in here because they was damming up the creek above it and flooding and around close to people's yards. Well, here's the pond. It's not very big, but it's close proximity to the river over here. I'm gonna get in here, find where the problem beaver are hanging out, and set it up. We'll see how it goes. I know there's an otter in here. Found the toilet first thing. There's poop everywhere over here on these rocks. And it is all full of fish scales. Wasn't expecting that, but I'm gonna head out around the lake, see what I can find. But I know there's at least one otter in here. I'm looking for the beaver sign though. But I found the toilet first thing. We'll keep moving. Yeah, I'd say they got a few beaver in here. They have dammed this up. The beaver pond is up above me, and this landowner I've got permission to trap on over here, and the landowner up above the dam I've got permission to. This is the land above the pond is where the guy called me. He said he wanted them gone, but it's about a 3-foot rise in water level. Hopefully you can see it right here at the dam. I'm gonna paddle around this pond, see if I can find some dens. Then I'm gonna pull the boat over in there. I'm sure the little colony that's taken home in here is gonna be above the dam. But I'm gonna see if I've got any 2-year-olds over here hanging out in the pond. But yeah, it's about a 3-foot rise in the water from this pond to just above the dam. We'll find out. See what I can get set up. I'm finding some fresh peeled sticks on the bottom. I've located a den right here. I've located a den right there. This is possibly the 2-year-olds that have been ejected from the colony up above in the beaver pond. But I'm gonna put a few 330s in these dens that are showing signs of life. But you can see the pile of beaver sticks on the bottom, fresh chewed. Let me see what I can get set up. Right there's the first set I got put in. It's a deepwater H stand shoved down in the run. It's hard. There's no silt at all on that run. I'm pretty sure they're home. I've got about a 6-foot cable running out here to this metal stake with the orange tape on top, so these landowners that own the property will see where my sets are. And it's a safety thing in here on private land. But I'm going to run around and see what other dens I can find. I know I've got that one and one right above it, but if there's no silt in the runs, a set will be made. See you in a minute. Found another perfect bank den, narrowed between these two grass wads. Going up in here on, no silt. No silt. Hopefully you can see the paddle. Shallow. Boom, there's the run. You can hear the hard bottom. I don't know how many's in here. Maybe 1, maybe 2. But I'm going to set every trail, every den, every run, every choke point I can find. This is one of these search and destroy calls. They want them gone. Let me see what I can set up. Right there, I have where I've located that run. I've taken another deepwater H stand. Hopefully you can see some of the jaws down at the bottom. But the run comes out right through here, and that's the center of the run, right where I got that 330. They come out between the two grass clumps. I'm gonna put the stake out a little deeper and anchor it in, but there's no silt in this run at all either. I figure if I cover every den, every trail, caster mounds, dam breaks, crossovers, anything in here sticks its head out's gone. I'll see you down the line. Right there to me is a telltale that there's bank dens here. See all the beaver chews on the bottom. But our beaver around here will pile sticks like that above their bank dens. It just gives themselves away. I'm gonna come around, set a few more dens that I found just a minute ago with no silt. But this is what our beaver do, and something to look for. They'll just mound these sticks up over where they've got an active bank den. It's why. I mean, they do what they do. I'll find the den entrances and get them set with 330s. Right there is my deep water H stand on that set coming out of that bank den. No silt on the bottom. Got it jammed in there where they're coming underneath that stick. Hopefully you can see they're coming out from under there. Between there and the root wad, they got a solid run coming out of that bank lodge. I wouldn't be surprised if one of these hit while I was here. But I'm gonna keep moving. There's beaver sticks all over the bottom. Like I say, I'm gonna set every mound, every lodge, every run, crossovers, caster mounds. If it's in here, it's dead. Talk to you in a minute. I just got this set put in. This is right next to the one that had all the sticks on top. They had another entrance right here. And I'm gang setting the fire out of this place. There's a 330, there's a 330, there's a 330, there's a 330. And I'm gonna keep going, whatever I can find. These people want them gone so they can tear this dam out. And in a span of 20 yards, there's 4 330s. It's got to be the colony right here. I'll keep moving. Just finding the other end of this den and runs that I'm looking to set up. But who doesn't love beaver sign like this? Look right there. Big old white beaver stick still floating in the run. Poke around, find the best ones and set them. But this place is covered in sign. There's the other entrance to that bank den where they got sticks piled over there and they got sticks piled up here. And it's active. I'll poke around, see what I can find. Show you the sets as I get them put in. What I've got found here is another bank den. You can see the mound in the middle. I've got a run coming out this side. It's rock hard. There's the mound separating the two halves of the run, and the other side of the run's right here. Both no silt. I don't know whether to set a trap in both of them or one of them, or just pick the best of the two. Decisions. We'll see in a minute. I hope you can see the top of that trap. Maybe you can. But of this run and this run sitting side by side, this one had the best, hardest bottom in it. And maybe it's a mistake not to set them both, but I set that one because they already have a dive stick on a branch right here. They're gonna come under it. Should be right in that 330 tomorrow. But the 330 is right here in the run. And keep moving. If I'm gonna find some spots, probably throw in some caster mounds and go pick this dam apart and see if I can't find the crossover. I've got a dam on the upper end and a dam on the lower end, and we'll see what I can find. Right there's the best looking bank den for beaver that I've ever seen. It's just completely hard bottom. And they have a canyon going up into it. I mean, you can see the here's the paddle. Boom, there's the, oh my. I know where 330 is going. Then there's beaver chew sticks all over the top. That's a chip shot. That should be a guaranteed catch right there. I've never seen one that pretty. But see if I can get a better look at it. It's just a perfect, clean little ditch going right up in there. It's incredible. There will be a 330 there. See you in a minute. I can't tell if that's going to show up or not. But right there is a 330 at the bottom of that deep water 8 stand in that ditch. That is a perfect ditch. Just 330 width. That set looks promising. I'll get it anchored and keep moving. Their beaver problem in here is a little worse than I thought. This one doesn't have as many fresh sticks chewed around on it as the other lodge. But right here is another beaver bank lodge. And I'm only about 80 yards from the other one. And this one doesn't look as active. I'll poke around and see what I can find, but I'm seeing silt on some of the runs and I don't like the looks of it. But there is 2 lodges in here, so we'll see what I can find. Here I am. This is the other end of that pond where they're wanting the beavers removed. I say their beaver problem's a little worse than I thought. Here's another one. It's got about a 3 foot, at least 3 foot drop in the water between the little tiny pond above it and the big lake below it. I'm trying to find crossovers, anything I can find. I may have to put in a dam break, but I'm just gonna paddle around and look, see where the super red hot sign is and see if I can find crossovers. But I got a dam on each end of this lake that is 3 feet, at least 3 feet above the lake itself. So it's crazy to be such a small pond. It has a lot of activity in it. I'll keep moving. What I have found, I believe to be a double crossover dumping in right here. And I have put a 330 under a duck stick in the little ditch they're using to come across. And I aim to put a little bit of foreign castor on top of this duck stick. Try to get their attention. But there is one of the crossovers, and right there's the other one. Should work right here. I'll finish the set off and we'll take a better look at it in a minute. So here's a good look at the double crossover. Dumping into here. There's my duck stick, and I put a little castor lure on top of. And my 330 right in the run. Hopefully it's gonna hit. I'll see why not. It's the only 2 crossovers I've found so far. We'll keep looking. What I have located, for lack of a better term, is a feeder trail. You can tell from the sticks on the bottom. They're using this trail right here to go up through the woods and cut sticks, you know, cut little trees. And instead of making a castor mound on a set like that, I'm going to make, right there where the trail comes in and out of the water, I'm going to bed a trap and I'm going to put a little castor on the trail to make a, if they get past the 330s and the crossovers, maybe they won't get past this. But it's a pretty good little feeder trail running right up through there, going up the hill to cut trees. You can see from the sticks laying on the bottom that's been used. I'll get the set put in and take a better look at it when I'm done. Here's a better look at that feeder trail. And I've got my poke sticks here, here, and here to make them drop their feet. And got my trap bedded out here in front of the poke sticks. I'm gonna put a little caster on that trail and run the anchor out into deep water. Hopefully we'll have one here tomorrow. We'll see. I'm gonna keep moving. There's my deep water anchor with the orange tape on it so the landowners can see it. On a 16-foot cable running to the set. Hopefully it'll work. It's anchored good out here. We'll keep. What I have found here is two feeder trails dumping in right here, and where they already have a dive stick, and you can see the channel they've got from coming in and out of these feeder trails. They ducking under that stick coming up through this run, and I have shoved the 330 down in there and put my cross stake across the top of it as a duck stick, dive stick, make them duck under it and stay in that run. You can see the 330 right there at the bottom in the run. I'll anchor it up and hopefully that'll hit. But you can just tell from the run in the bottom going up here to these feeder trails going in there to cut. This is used quite often. I'll get the anchor set in out here and keep moving, but right there's the set. You can see the 330 on the bottom. Right here you can see the dam, hopefully, and about the 3-foot drop down into the lake from here. We'll see if I can find some crossovers. If not, I want to knock me a little hole in the dam, put a dam brake set. We'll see. See you in a minute. Here I have put in a dam brake set. Knock me a little hole in the dam, and right there is the leg hole where they got to come up here and fix it. I got it squished into the bottom, and I'm gonna run my anchor out in deep water. But this one should get some attention. I'll move around after I get this anchor set and see what I can find. Dam brake number 2. See the trap bedded right here in the brake. I'm going to let me see that trap. Run the anchor out into deeper water. Anchor it off. Any beaver coming up through here is going to have to come fix these holes, get a whiff of the caster, come out of the dens. Anything moving, I don't know how many's in here. I was told to get them, that's what I come to do. These dam brake sets are deadly. I'll anchor it up out in deep water and keep it moving. Yeah, I'm putting in dam brake number 3 on the same dam. I'm wanting to get their attention and get it quick. I say whatever, I know I'm knocking a bunch of holes in the dam, but the landowner's going to have to come in here and get this dam removed anyway. And this wind had quit blowing me into it. Right there's the set in the dam brake. I'll anchor it up and keep moving. Well, I called the landowner like I'm supposed to do and informed him about the beaver that he has in here being way worse than he thought. I made it past dam number 1 and now I'm at dam number 2 and it's got another 3 or 4 foot drop in the water. I'll get out of the boat, go up here and look around, see if I can find crossovers are a good place to cross, but I still got traps in the box. Gonna have to find these beaver. These are a pain in the butt. So between this dam and the dam below it, he'll drop his water level up behind his house about 6 feet. It's kind of what he's looking to do. He'll probably come in with the excavator and tear this stuff out after I try to remove some of them. But I'll go over and look. Well, I'm on top of this dam. You can see it right through here. And not 150 yards above it, it's another dam. Whew. Goodness. He has a beaver problem. I see a crossover right here going down, and I'm gonna look around and see what I can find close. But if I could get over it and just get over the dams, that's one thing. Come through these stumps and log fields is rough. I'm gonna see if I can't tear a hole in it somewhere. See you in a minute. Well, I come up here planning to knock a hole in it. It's every bit of a 4-foot drop. And I would just about be afraid that if you start knocking this loose, the whole thing right here is gonna shift. There's not a whole lot of mud holding it back and a ton of sticks. A person could get buried in there right quick. About 4 feet down to the bottom of it. It's crazy. So he's got problems. A lot of fresh beaver chews floated up in on top of the dam. I know they're here. But I'm gonna go over here and try to set up this crossover. Put some foreign caster in it, try to pull one of these in, or I'd blow this place up with the... I mean, right ahead of me is another dam, not 100 yards. And you'd have to go through a log field. He's going to have to come in here with the excavator after I catch some of these, but try and tear this one out with this much back pressure, it may shift it over on top of you, and that's not something I wanted to try to do. I'll go over here to the crossover. Well, I found just below that big massive dam this feeder ditch running down to where I got my canoe. And the crossover ditch, it runs right up through here where I just looked at where the major crossover is. I know they're not going to be drowner sets, but I can hold them. I'm going to put it in a caster mound here and one down below the other ditch coming over this crossover. It's like I say, I've got beaver tracks in the mud and otter tail drags. I got both coming through here. I'm either going to blind set where the trail's coming through or caster mound set. We'll see in a minute. I just got to see what kind of sign I can see. But I can see beaver tracks here, 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 here. And I found some otter tail drags in the soft mud. We'll see in a minute. Yeah, I'm putting in a caster mound just past their crossover where they're coming over these dams. I'm going to put one in here. And I'm going to put one on the other side of this little cut-through ditch. I'm using my homemade caster lure again. It'd come from a different location from here. But I'm going to put the lure up on the caster mound. And trap's bedded right here. Should work. I got a lot of beaver moving through this area. I'm going to anchor it up out here. I know it's not deep enough to drown, but if I can get him out away from anything, I'll be able to hold him. And these beaver are a nuisance, so they've got to go. I'll get the lure up on my caster mound and run the anchor out in deeper water. Right here, I've run my anchor stake out. It's a little over knee deep, but it's out in the middle, kind of like almost out in the middle of the creek. So if I catch one, he'll be out here, he'll be ticked, but he shouldn't be able to pull off. He's out away from the brush a little piece, and they'll usually blow a big hole in the bottom, scratching and fighting the trap that they'll drown themselves anyway. But I drove that 5-foot stake in there deep, because if I know I get a catch there, he's gonna be alive. I'll move down, make another set. Here's the caster mound I'm just putting in. Just made that one. You see the brown homemade beaver lure on top. And I'm gonna be bedding a trap, you know, decent TSA 5 right here in front of it. I dug it out about 4.5 inches deep. And I'm going to run it out into the middle of the channel the way I did the one just above it there. I can see the stake out in the middle of the creek. But this is the only travel way between the dams. It goes from dam to dam, the dam below me, into the main lake. So any beaver coming through here should get a whiff of this strange castor and have to come check it out. But I'll get it set made and run the anchor out into deep water and paddle around and see what more sign I can find. See you in a little bit. I had to pull this one out to about as deep as water as I could get to, and it's not very deep. I wanted to make sure if I get a hold of one, he can get out here and he can thrash around all he wants and can't pull on nothing except mud. But this set and that set's done that way. It's just designed to hold them out here away from anything they can pull on. This is damage control for a friend, and he said they've got this creek backed all the way up to behind his house and don't want it that way. When I get through trying to catch him, he's going to come in here and tear out what dams he can get to. But I'm going to paddle back across the dam, jump back over there and look around the pond some more. See you over there. Here's just another look at one of them dam break sets. I went back and looked at all three. They look in good shape. All three of them are running. Should get their attention. But the portage around the top of the dam, go back in and go around the side of the lake I haven't looked at yet. We'll see you over there. Here's where the little pond is overflowing. Going over this hill in the river, the Tom Bigby River is right over there. And this is what they're trying to control, is the flooding in this area. You see it? There's the spillway right here at the end of this ramp, this dock they've got built. But it's still overflowing the levee right here. And hopefully we'll do some good tonight. We'll see. I'm headed to the truck and I'm gonna get out of here. Somewhere right in there is the inlet or discharge for the spillway, and the beaver have drug mud and grass and everything else and plugged it up. It's one of the reasons why I'm in here. That's the discharge inlet for the overflow for the pond, and the beaver had plugged it up with mud and grass. See you later.